Alright guys, welcome back. I know I'm kind of in the middle of posting my Final Fantasy series discussion, but I want to take a quick few minutes here because I had a rare thing today. I had a day off from work, so in Ohio right now it's cold and it's rainy, and I figured, what do I want to do with this day off? And I chose to sit around and finish Solatorobo. Now I've been playing this just a few hours here and there every day. It's about a 20-hour long game. And I have to tell you, this is without a doubt one of the best games on the DS, period. It's even better than the 3DS games that are out. So if you have a 3DS, go out and pick this up for your 3DS. If you have a regular DS, no-brainer. I can't say enough about this game. It's really crazy how good the handheld games are this generation. I play like some Xbox 360 games, I play PS3 games and Wii games, and while most of them are really good, some of them they don't catch me the right way. But man, I'm telling you, there's been PSP games out there like Legend of Heroes that have just blown me away. The Ys games on PSP, and then you got this on the DS, and you have the Dragon Quests on the DS. I mean, if you're an RPG gamer, the handhelds are the way to go. But in talking about this game, I know some of you people out there, RPG is a dirty four-letter word. This is more of an action RPG where instead of being in like random battles, the enemies are on the screen, and when you meet the enemies, it pauses it for a second to tell you that the battle's starting. And then basically what you do is you go around and you pick these things up and you throw them into walls or you throw them into each other. It's a very action-packed battle system, so don't let the fact that this is an RPG keep you from playing this game, because I swear to you guys, this is one of the best games out there for any handheld, really. The storyline involves Red and his sister Chocolat. They are mercenaries who travel around in this world of floating islands. I'm not going to tell you, you find out what these floating islands are by the end of the game, but I'm not going to ruin that part of the storyline for you. In fact, I'm not going to talk very much about the storyline at all. But in doing one of their missions, they meet this cat girl named Elle. And Elle is on a, sort of mission to find this medallion. And so, she hires Red to find the medallion, of course. And they go and they find it, and it sets them off on this crazy, crazy adventure. Which, when you play the game, you think is going to be over around the 10-hour mark. The game actually makes you think that with credits rolling and everything. But don't turn off your games before the credits are done rolling, guys, because you can get a new game save, or in the case of this game, the game continues after that. So whenever you finish a game and you get to credits, let them play throughout to the end. So they set off on this mission. It's a huge epic mission, and it's actually, once you get into the second part, the first part of the game is a little standard. I'll have to admit that. But once you get into the second part of the game and the story opens up and you really find out, what's going on here, this game is top notch. The graphics are astounding for the DS. Like, in this age of HD graphics, you might not be too impressed by them. But me being a gamer from back in the Super Nintendo days, I love to see these handheld games now because they take the limitations of the system and they just work around them in so many ways. It's hard to describe the graphics and why they're so astounding without showing you images, so just go online and look up some images of cutscenes and stuff, and just to see how they do it. It's really kind of interesting. The characters almost look like paper-mache models with the way they move. It's really cool. The music is fantastic, and I'm so glad that Xseed included a music soundtrack with this. This is one of the things I think should be requisite coming with RPGs, is a soundtrack disc for the music, because I always want to listen to the music while I'm playing it, after I play it. What else can I say about this? I touched on the story, the music, the gameplay. The gameplay. It's your standard sort of go to town and pick quests from a quest broker type game. So it's very easy to pick up and play. Like, I would play this during my downtime at work. When I had to go do a patient, I just close the lid real quick and come back to it, and there you go. But other than that, I don't really think there's much else to say. It's an Xseed game, which I've pretty much decided that anything Xseed puts out that I even have the slightest bit of interest in, I'm just going to buy it, because this is a company that I really want to continue to publish games here in America, because they bring us games like this. I remember seeing, actually the first place I heard about this game was on TV and Lust. Craig was talking about it. And so I looked into it and thought, wow, this is a fantastic looking game. Namco Bandai brought it out in Japan, and then Nintendo of Europe, who is kind of really getting a lot of respect from me at this point, between this, I almost dropped it there, this, Xenoblade, and The Last Story in Pandora's Tower. They're really, really doing well. Nintendo of Europe brought it out in the PAL region, and then Nintendo of America was like, pass. So luckily Xseed picked it up and brought it over here. I don't know how hard this is to find. Usually these Xseed and Atlas games are low print runs, so I still saw one in my GameStop the last time I was there. So I don't think a lot of people picked this up, which I think is a huge shame. This is one of the best games out there for the DS guys. Go pick it up, play it, let me know what you think. See you next time.